Hello, friend. This is Ryan Hicks of TaughtToProfit.com, and today I want to talk to you about people who supposedly keep the Sabbath. Professing Christians, Jewish people, other people who follow some biblical teachings or believe they do, will talk about, well, you got to have a day of rest. You got to have a day of rest. The Lord worked 6 days and rested on the seventh. But that was because he was done. He had completed a task. He continues to work, but here's something very important, though. If you're only working 4 or 5 days a week, do you deserve a day of rest? Or 2 days of rest? Or 3 days of rest? The problem is too many people are trying to get a day of rest from their days of rest. They barely work. They put in half-hearted efforts in their jobs. They only work a few hours a day of actual work. They may be at a place of work for 8 hours a day, but their actual amount of work being put in is minimal. Exodus 35:2 says, 6 days shall work be done, but on the seventh day there shall be to you an holy day, a Sabbath of rest to the Lord. Now, this is very important because this is for Jewish people. It was for them. That was what this Sabbath was for. But it's also interesting to note that 6 days, everybody wants to talk about the rest. Everybody wants to talk about the relaxation. Oh, you got to keep the Sabbath and argue whether you keep the Sabbath or not. But everybody misses the point that they haven't even established, which is the command is 6 days shall work be done. If not 5 days, 6 days. So you could talk all day long about how you're keeping the Sabbath, but if you're not working 6 days a week, you're disobeying this command. The command wasn't just to keep the Sabbath, the command was to work 6 days. And this is a problem in modern society. Modern society is relaxing, laying around. Entertainment, amusement, and frivolity rules the day. But if you want to have real accomplishments in life, if you work that extra day, that 6th day, or maybe even extra 2 days, depending on how many days a week you work, you are getting a massive advantage over the average person, over the mediocrity that surrounds you in the world. You think that if you have an extra day a week that you're spent in work and endeavors that are productive, that's extra 52 days a year of productivity. You don't think you're going to be doing better than the average person? That's an extra 2 months, basically, of work that you'll get done. Over the course of 6 years, that's a whole extra year of work you've accomplished where other people haven't. You're going to get ahead and become successful and productive, but not just from taking days off, from actually working 6 days. And then you want a day of rest and relaxation, that's great, but you need to work 6 days. And so I'm encouraging you, we're going into the weekend, I want to encourage you, make sure you're working 6 days. I know people don't want to hear this. They want to hear about, well, you shouldn't have to work hard and just work smart, and oh, we need to have a break, and even Jesus took breaks, and all these things that people like to make excuses for their lives of constant relaxation. Yes, you need some rest. Yes, you need some relaxation. But many people, their entire lives are built around it. They're not working 12-hour days. They're not working 16-hour days. They're barely working 3 or 4 hours in a day. And probably that's really high. Most of the studies show the average person, their 8-hour workday, are only working a few hours of that day. Actual work being done is only a few hours of that day, about 25% of the day. That's sad. Think if you were working 100% of the day, but you're there and you're working 100% of the time, think how much more you're going to get done. Even if you can't get 100%, if you got to 50%, you'd be so far ahead and you'd be so productive and get so much accomplished that you'd have great success. I want to really encourage you to think about this. Think about it. Are you choosing some temporary rest over long-term success and prosperity? My friend, I pray this is a blessing for you. May God bless you richly.